Attention shoppers, Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Good evening, Coyote fans. We're here in Tatum today where your Tatum Coyotes will be taking on the Texico Wolverines in the first district game of the Coyote season. I'm going to do a quick roster read as your 8-5 Tatum Lady Coyotes will be taking on the 6-5 Texico Wolverines today. On Tatum's roster, number 1, Isabel Ramirez. Number 2, Colby Hennard. Number 3, Avery Hennard. Number 4, Aaliyah De La O. Number 6, Allison Dixon. Number 7, Sydney Rice. Number 9, Nicole Garcia. Number 10, Sydney Hernandez. Number 11, Sophia Flowers. Number 12, Harley Gandy. Number 14, Drennan Young. And number 15, Adriana Ybarra. With coaches being head coach Tracy Pierce, with her 2 assistant coaches, Casey Graham and Taylor Skinner. Moving on to Texaco's roster. If I can find it real quick. Number 0, Gabby Delarose. Number 1, Brady Stevens. Number 2, Kylie Willand. Number 3, Avery McLean. Number 4, Macy Dumas. Number 7, Kelsey Winland. Number 8, Jasmine Hernandez. Number 9, Kieran Florentina. Number 10, Lucy Linen. Number 11, Ava Collins. Number 12, Cadence Lercero. Number 13, Kinsey Crow, and number 19, Kylie Draper. With coaches, head coach being Gabriel Jones, and assistant coach being Paige Mulroney. I'm sure I butchered a bunch of those names, so I do apologize, but it's about the best I can do. A few more minutes here before we start this first district game of the season, and we'll be back with your Tatum Lady Coyotes taking on the Texico Wolverines.
Attention shoppers. Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
We're back after the national anthem and implication led by Athletic Director Bobby Reed for the Tatum Coyotes. Looks like we've got Ramirez, Hernandez, Flores, Rice, Hinnard, and Dixon starting for the Lady Coyotes tonight. This ought to be a very good game. Both teams have similar records. I don't think they've played yet. Looks like we've got Colby Hinnard in instead of Flores to start now. Number 2 for the Wolverines will be serving first this evening. Serves up. It's going to be called out, putting the first point on the scoreboard for the Coyotes this evening. I'll be commentating this game solo this evening because Caden is sick, so he wasn't able to make it this evening. Young with the serve. It's over. That one's going to be called out after a longer rally there. Young serving again for the Coyotes. It's over. Going to be spiked over by number 12 for the Wolverines and tipped over by Hernandez. Looks like they're going to call Hernandez in the net, giving that point to the Wolverines, and they're going to serve now with number 1 serving for the Wolverines. Ramirez sets for Rice, who spikes it. 8 passes it to 3 for the Wolverines. Young digs it. Ramirez sets it. And Avery Hinnard goes to spike it, but it's going to be blocked by some Wolverines there. Bringing the score 2-2 here this evening. Dug by Hinnard. Pass from Ramirez to Dixon, who spikes it over for the Coyotes. Number 2 is going to set for 12. Spikes it over for the Wolverines here. Both teams are doing a really good job here of setting it up to send it over the net. Colby Hennard with the big spike for the Coyotes there. It's not going to be quite able to be saved there. We're going to have number 6, Allison Dixon, serving for the Coyotes now. With a score 3-2, your Tatum Lady Coyotes are ahead in the first set. And number 8's not going to quite be able to get there for the Wolverines, giving that point to Tatum. Dixon serving again. It's over. Spiked over by 3 for the Wolverines. Henner does the same thing, and it's not going to be quite able to be kept between the team there for the Wolverines. Powerful spike by Hennard there. Dixon serving. Crouch tried to block it there, not able to quite get it done. Hennard with the spike and a little too much zip on that one, and it's going to be out of bounds. Looks like number 9 for the Wolverines is going to be serving now. Ramirez sets. Flores with the spike, and it's going to be called out. Letting these Wolverines catch up a little bit here. The score is now 5-4 here in the first set. Serves up. It's over. Dug by Young. Spiked by Flores. Inbounds this time. Good placement on that spike. Send it into no man's land. Rice serving for the Coyotes now. Too much power behind that one. It's going to go out of bounds. Number 11 serving for the Wolverines here. Rice is going to try to save that one, but despite the somersault, it's not going to quite happen. As the Wolverines pull ahead, the score's now, or it's tied up 6-6. With Ramirez's set there, the spike's not going to be able to quite be received by the Wolverines. Avery Hennard with the serve. Flores with the spike. Tried to be blocked. Hernandez with a little bit too much power on that one. Going to send it out of bounds. Hennard digs it. Flores passes it to Hennard, who spikes it over for the Coyotes. Nobody's going to be able to quite get to that one to help send it over. Turn that point over to Texico there. Hennard with the dig. Rice with the set, and Ramirez with the pass over. Looks like they're going to call a two-touch on one of the Wolverines there. Giving a point to Tatum, tying it up 8-8 here in the first set. Flores serving for the Coyotes. Gets it over. Is that an ace? Flores serving again for the Coyotes. Pretty successful the last time. See if she can do it again. It's going to be dug by 3, set by 11, and passed over by number 7, but it's going to be a little short, sending it into the net. Flores serving for the Coyotes. Wolverines are going to get it put over, and not enough Coyotes close enough to help get it across the net there. Ramirez sets for Dixon. Spikes it over with a lot of power. It's going to be dug and sent back over by number 8 for the Wolverines. That one's going to be blocked by Dixon there. Good block by Dixon, giving the Coyotes another point, adding some distance between them and the Wolverines on the scoreboard. Hopefully they can make it a little greater here. Ramirez serving for the Coyotes now. It's going to be an ace for Ramirez. Number 11's not going to quite be able to get under that one for Texico. Ramirez serves again. Looks like the floor may be a little slick there, not able to quite get to the ball. Number 2 serving for the Wolverines now. Hinnard passes it to Rice, who spikes it over and out of bounds. Serves up by number 2 for the Wolverines. Dug by Hinnard and sent over. Number 1's not going to quite be able to get the block there for the Wolverines. Young now serving for the Coyotes. Dug by number 12. Tipped over by Dixon, ultimately getting the Coyotes a point there. Coyotes are starting to slowly pull ahead here. Hopefully they can keep that up. Young serves over. Set from 2. Number 9's not going to quite be able to get it over the net for the Wolverines. Young serves up. Number 12's going to spike it over for the Wolverines. As Hinnard returns the favor, and number 3's not going to be able to quite get the dig on that one. Young serving again. Ball's up. And they're not. Shank it out of bounds there. Putting another point on the scoreboard as Texaco calls a quick timeout. A word or two from our sponsors and we'll be right back.
Attention shoppers. Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
We're back after Texico called a quick timeout. Young serving for the Coyotes now. Serves over. 2 sets it for number 9, who tips it over for the Wolverines there as Hennard spikes it, and it's going to be out of bounds. Well, 1 serves for the Wolverines there. Ramirez sets, and Rice spikes it over, and it's going to be out again. Serves up. It's going to be out of bounds. Both teams are putting a lot of heat behind the ball today. Lots of out-of-bounds calls. So, I think that shows that both teams are being real aggressive and really wanting it here. Number 3 with the spike, dug by Young. Ramirez sets it to Hennard, who spikes it over into no man's land in the middle of the court, getting the Tatum Coyotes a point, getting them 1 point closer to winning this set. Dixon serves up. Rice passes it to Flores, who spikes it over, and it's going to be shanked by one of the Wolverines there. I'm not quite sure who. Bringing the score 20-13 with a 7-point lead by the Coyotes. Dixon goes to serve it there, and it's going to be a little short. Number 9 now serving for the Wolverines. Ball's over. Dug by Little Hennard and passed over by Rice there. Hennard digs it again, while Avery Hennard spikes it for the Coyotes. Wolverines are going to get lucky there and get it over, and the block by Ramirez isn't quite going to stick. Turning the point over to the Wolverines there. Flores with the big spike there. It's going to be called in. Bringing the score 21-15 as swap out some players here for the Coyotes. Texico is going to call a quick timeout, and we'll be right back after a word from our sponsor.
Remember, kid, there's heroes and there's legends. Heroes get remembered, but legends never die.
Legendary Services would like everyone to recognize the Tatum Coyote team and coaches for a season filled with hard work and dedication. Everyone at Legendary Services is extremely proud of each and every one of you. Best of luck in this game and shoot for a finish in a legendary way.
After that quick timeout, looks like number 15, Adriana Ybarra, who commentates the football games with me, is going to be serving for the Coyotes now. Serves up and over. Going to be set by 2-12. Spikes it over for the Wolverines. Hennard passes it to Ramirez, who gets it over the net. Looks like Colby's not going to quite be able to get there in time. Looks like we've got number 11 for the Wolverines serving now. Little lack of communication by the Lady Coyotes there. Hopefully they're able to get that ironed out and score on the next one. Serves over. Quick timeout. Word from our sponsors and we'll be right back.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
We're back after that quick timeout with number 11 serving for the Texico Wolverines now. Serves over. Going to be dug by Young, set by Rice, and tipped over by Flores there. Goes for the block, but it's not needed. Avery Hennard serving for the Coyotes now. Serves over. 11 sets for three, who passes it over. Avery Hennard's able to get the dig. Send it over the net, but it's going to be barely out of bounds. Good effort by the Lady Coyotes there. Just not able to quite get it done. Number 3 now serving for the Wolverines. Ramirez digs it. Rice sets it, and Hernandez puts it over for the Coyotes. Rice sets it for Flores, who passes it over. Number 11 sets it for 2, gets it over for the Wolverines here. Blocked by Flores there. Finally, it's going to be called out of bounds after the Wolverines sent it over for the last time in that rally. Bringing the score now 23-19 as the Tatum Lady Coyotes maintain a 4-point lead here. Flores serving for the Coyotes now. It's over. I'm going to assume that one of the Wolverines was in the net there. Bringing the score now 24-19 as it's game point in this last set, or this first set. Flores sends it over. Dug by 7, set by 11. Sent over by number 7 for the Wolverines. Hernandez spikes it over for the Coyotes there. Dixon's able to send it over for the Coyotes just barely. Dixon tries to tip it over, but it's not going to quite be able to make it happen there. Looks like number 8's going to be serving for the Wolverines now. Serves over. It's going to be called out of bounds. That'll be your first set as the Tatum Lady Coyotes take it by 5 points. A few words from our sponsors, and we'll be back with the second set.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called SmartHub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the SmartHub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the SmartHub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with SmartHub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve. Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called SmartHub. Now you
Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington. Attention shoppers, Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Remember, kid, there's heroes and there's legends. Heroes get remembered, but legends never die.
Legendary Services would like everyone to recognize the Tatum Coyote team and coaches for a season filled with hard work and dedication. Everyone at Legendary Services is extremely proud of each and every one of you. Best of luck in this game and shoot for a finish in a legendary way.
We're back here to start off the second set as your Tatum Lady Coyotes are taking on the Texico Lady Wolverines this evening. Looks like we got number 1, Isabel Ramirez, going to serve and start off the first set for us here. Got everybody subbed out. Ready to start off the second set here. Serves over. Going to be spiked by number 1. Hernandez isn't quite able to cover that. Giving Texico the first point of the set here. Gonna be tipped by one of the Coyotes there. Hernandez spikes that one over for the Coyotes. Avery Hennard's going to spike it over. Wolverines are going to hastily get it sent back over. Set and spiked by 12. Hennard with the dig. Ramirez with the pass to Rice, who barely gets it over for the Lady Coyotes there. Hennard passes it to Hennard, who sends it over the net for the Coyotes. Spiked, and Avery's not going to be able to quite get the dig on that one. Dixon with a big spike for the Coyotes there. Who's able to get it over for the Wolverines as Ramirez sets it to Dixon, who spikes it. Going to be shanked by number 8 for the Wolverines. Putting the first points on the scoreboard for the Coyotes this set. Young serving for the Coyotes. Gets it over. Hennard passes it over for the Coyotes. That one's going to be called out of bounds. Turn it over to the Wolverines here as number 1's going to be serving for them. Serves over. Dug by Young, set by Ramirez to Dixon, who spikes it over. Avery Hennard with the block there. Rice with a big spike, tipped by one of the Wolverines. Dixon's going to be serving for the Coyotes here. It's going to be called out of bounds, but since it was tipped, that point's going to go to the Wolverines now. Hennard's able to get it over the net for the Coyotes there. 3 with a spike for the Wolverines. Flores gets it tipped over, and it's not going to be able to quite be recovered by any of the Wolverines there. Ibarra serving for the Coyotes now. It's over. Dug by 9. Sent over by number 3. Ramirez sets. Avery Hennard spikes, and none of the Wolverines are going to quite be able to get under that one. Ibarra serves again. She digs it. Ramirez sets it for Flores, who spikes it over, and it's going to be called out of bounds. Number 12 now serving for the Lady Wolverines. Hernandez passes it, or Rice passes it to Hennard, who spikes it over. Rice sets it to Avery Hennard, who spikes it over. 3's going to end up shanking that one for the Wolverines. Bringing the score 5-6. Your Tatum Lady Coyotes trailing by 1. Three spikes it over. Rice sets it for Flores, who spikes it over. It's going to be dug by number 9. Ramirez tips it over. Avery's going to dig that one, and Rice is going to pass it over for the Coyotes. Number 7's going to spike it for the Wolverines there, upping their score to 7 as the Coyotes trail by 2 now. Three serving for the Wolverines, and that one's going to be nothing but net, folks. Flores serving for the Coyotes. She's able to get the dig on that one. Rice passes it to Hernandez, who spikes it over, and going to give the Tatum Lady Coyotes a point there, tying up the score. Hernandez serves it for the Coyotes. Too many S words. Hernandez spikes it. Seven's going to punch it over for the Wolverines there. Rice sets it for Hernandez, who gets it tipped over. Going to be spiked by number 1, out of bounds for the Wolverines there. Flores serves it. Be off the top of some Coyotes' hands there. They're not quite able to get it under control and sent back over the net. Number 8 serving for the Wolverines, dug by Avery. He passes it over the net for the Coyotes. One spikes it over. It's going to be kind of blocked, kind of tipped over by Dixon there. Rice sets it to Dixon, who spikes it over. Going to be under the net for the Wolverines there. Ramirez with the serve for the Coyotes. She sets it for Dixon, who spikes it over. Spikes it over again. She blocks it. It rolls down the net, finally falling on the Coyotes side there. Number 2 serving for the Wolverines now. Avery passes it to Ramirez, who passes it over the net. Going to be spiked by number 9 for the Wolverines and called out. Seems like there must have been a tip on that one. 2 serves, dug by Rice. Colby sets it, passes it to Avery, who gets it over the net for the Coyotes there. It's going to be spiked and sent out of bounds for the Wolverines there. Young now serving for the Coyotes. Spiked by number 12 for the Wolverines. Young's able to get it sent over, and it's going to be called out of bounds. Number 1 serving for the Wolverines, and it's going to go out of bounds. Just a second, I gotta try to adjust my camera. It's a little wonky. Sorry for that. Ramirez sets it to Hennard, who spikes it over for the Coyotes. And the Wolverines aren't gonna be able to quite get that one over the net. Sorry, I was having some difficulties with the camera, but I think I got them fixed. Dixon serving for the Coyotes now. It's going to roll off the edge of the net there, but it's enough for the point. Dixon serves again. It's going to be called on the line. Those 2 aces for Dixon there. Really helping the Coyotes out here in the second set. Dixon serves again. And another ace as number 14 for the Wolverines isn't quite going to be able to get the dig on that one. Dug by number 8 for the Wolverines. It's going to be blocked by some Lady Coyotes there. Wolverines aren't going to be able to quite get that one over the net. Good block by Flores there. Looks like Texico is going to call a quick timeout. Word from our sponsors, and we'll be right back.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
Back after Texico called that quick timeout with Dixon serving again. She scored off her serve. The Coyotes have scored 5 or 6 points, I believe, so they've been pretty successful here recently in the second set. Number 3 is going to spike it over, and it's going to be dug by Dixon and tipped over by Flores there. The rally for the Wolverines is going to fall apart. Dixon serves up. It's over the net. Set by number 2. And Flores is going to get the block again. Coyotes are on a hot streak here. They're putting lots of points on the scoreboard. Dixon serves up. 3's going to spike it over. It's going to be tipped by some Coyotes, and it's going to go out of bounds before they're quite able to get it under control there. Number 9 is going to be serving for the Wolverines now. Sends it over. Young's able to pass it to Hinner, who gets it over. Flores tries to get the block on that one and not able to quite get it done. Number 9 serving for the Wolverines. Rice sets it to Flores, who tries to tip it over, but not going to quite get that done. Scores now 14-18 as the Wolverines start to make up some of that lost ground. Rice sets it for Flores, spikes it over. Wolverines are barely going to get that one back to the Coyotes side here. Hinner spikes it with a lot of power. The Wolverines are going to get it back over the net. Ramirez sets it for Hinner, spikes that one. Tipped over by number 3 for the Wolverines. Hinner's going to just tip it over then. Ramirez sets it for Hinner. Ramirez isn't going to quite be able to get there for the Coyotes as that very long and impressive rally comes to an end in the Wolverines' favor. Number 9 serves again. Dug by Colby. Set by Rice to Avery, who spikes it over for the Coyotes there. None of the Wolverines are going to be able to quite make it to that one. Bringing the score now 19-15 with Ybarra serving for the Coyotes now. serves over, dug by number 12. He then spikes it over for the Wolverines. Ramirez sets it for Hennard. Ibarra passes it to Hennard. Coyotes aren't going to be able to quite get that one over the net. Number 12 now serving for the Wolverines. Little communication error there. It looks like Ramirez and Young both were going to try to send that one over the net. And 12 serves over. Rice sets it. Hennard tips it over, and it's going to be in a perfect spot. Nobody close to it to try to dig it or keep it alive there. Avery now serving for the Coyotes. Hernandez tries to she's gonna miss the ball there. Looks like Texico's gonna call a timeout. A quick word from our sponsors and we'll be right back.
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
Number 3 is going to be serving for the Wolverines now. Serve center over, dug by Avery. Rice sets it for Hernandez, who spikes it over. It's going to be up in the rafters on the Wolverines side here. Going to be tipped over by number 10. Ramirez gets it tipped over for the Coyotes. Hennard passes it to Flores, who tips it over for the Coyotes there. Hennard with the dig, Rice with the set, and Avery Hennard with a big spike. Wolverines are going to get it off the ground. Barely. Hennard passes it over the net. Ramirez. Hernandez with the big spike, and it's going to get a point for the Coyotes there, bringing the score 21-18 as they're 4 points away of putting them away in the second set here. Flores serving for the Coyotes. Rice sets it. Dixon's able to get it over after a bad set from Rice there. Dixon with the block. Goes to block it again, and I guess it was intimidating enough, and none of the Wolverines wanted to try to attempt to recover that ball there. Flores serves. Number 7's going to spike it over for the Wolverines as Flores digs it. Rice passes it to Hennard, who passes it over the net. Number 4 sets it. Number 7 tips it over, and none of the Coyotes are going to quite be able to get it there. Summing out real quick is number 8 for the Wolverines is going to go into serve. Dixon spikes it over for the Coyotes. So number 2 is going to shank it into the net for the Wolverines there. Bring the score 23-19 as your Tatum Lady Coyotes lead the Texico Wolverines here in the second set. Ramirez now serving for the Coyotes. Serves over. Little miscommunication on the Wolverines side, looks like there. Nobody was going to get the ball. Ramirez now serving for set point. Tipped over by number 2. Dug by Avery. Ramirez sets it to Dixon, who spikes it over. 4 sets it for the Wolverines as number 1 goes to tip it over. Ramirez diving on the floor to save it as Hennard spikes it over for the Coyotes. Avery with the dig. Ramirez sets it. Dixon spikes it over. Ramirez sets. Hernandez with a powerful spike, but it's going to be a little low into the net there for the Coyotes. Bringing the score 20-24 as the Wolverines only trail by 4 now. Ramirez sets to Rice. Spikes it over. Number 8's not going to quite be able to get the dig on that one, bringing the score 25-20, same as the first set here, as your Tatum Lady Coyotes win out over the Wolverines in the second set. About 3 minutes away from the third set. See if your Tatum Lady Coyotes can put them away in 3 here.
Attention shoppers. Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Remember, kid, there's heroes and there's legends. Heroes get remembered, but legends never die.
Legendary Services would like everyone to recognize the Tatum Coyote team and coaches for a season filled with hard work and dedication. Everyone at Legendary Services is extremely proud of each and every one of you. Best of luck in this game and shoot for a finish in a legendary way.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
The Tatum Schools are a proud sponsor of this live broadcast. Tatum Schools are very proud of every single student. With the dedication in the classroom and the dedication in your community, you've made all of Tatum and Lee County very proud. All your hard work is paying off, Coyotes. The entire staff, faculty, and administration wish you the best of luck. For more details about Tatum Schools, please log on to tatumschools.org.
You can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the SmartHub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the SmartHub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with SmartHub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
Dixon serving now for the Coyotes after that confusion. Serves over. Flores tries to block it, but it's not going to quite get it done. Ramirez gets it passed over for the Coyotes there. Now it's going to be spiked into the net by number 3 for the Wolverines here. As Ybarra goes to serve for the Coyotes. Number 3 spikes it over for the Wolverines. Hennard passes it to Hennard, and she spikes it over for the Coyotes. Tipped over by number 12 for the Wolverines as Ramirez sets it to Hennard, who hits an impressive spike, resulting in a point for the Coyotes, assisted by a block from Flores there. As Ybarra goes to serve again. Serve's going to be in the net. Now got number 3 for the Wolverines serving. Flores tips it over, and it's going to be out of bounds. Served by number 3 for the Wolverines. Ramirez goes to spike it over, and no, it's not going to have quite enough power behind it. End up in the net. Three serving for the Wolverines now. Rice sets it for Hennard, who spikes it down and over. That was a powerful spike by Avery there. I'd hate to make her mad. She serves it. It's dug by number 1 for the Wolverines as they're not going to quite get it over the net. Avery going to serve again for the Coyotes. Number 12 is going to spike it over for the Wolverines there. As Hennard goes to serve again for the Coyotes. Serves over. 4 sets for number 2 on the Wolverines, who tips it over. Hernandez isn't quite going to be able to get up under that one. Bring it off the floor for the Coyotes. Number 11 now serving for the Wolverines. Rice passes it to Hernandez, who spikes it over for the Coyotes. Hennard passes it to Rice, who spikes it over and out of bounds for the Coyotes. Number 11 serving again for the Wolverines here. Rice sets it to Flores, who tips it over the net. Wolverines aren't going to quite be able to rally and get that one over the net. As Flores goes to serve for the Coyotes. Serves over. Hennard's going to send it over for the Coyotes. Number 2 spikes it for the Wolverines, and Flores isn't going to be able to quite get up under that one. Number 8 now serving for the Wolverines. Ramirez sets for Hernandez, who spikes it over. Rice passes it to Hennard, who passes it over the net for the Coyotes. As it's blocked by Dixon there. And sent out of bounds by the Wolverines as they try to recoup after that extremely good block from Dixon. Ramirez goes to serve for the Coyotes now. Serves up. Dug by number 8 for the Wolverines. Number 1 spikes it over and dug by Avery. Ramirez sets it for Rice, who tips it over for the Coyotes. Hernandez diving for that one. She's not going to be able to quite get there. Looks like number 2 is now going to be serving for the Wolverines. Serves over, dug by Rice. And then just passes it to Rice and gonna get Colby digs it, Ramirez sets it, and Rice goes to spike it. It's blocked by some Wolverines there. Rice goes to pass it over the net and gonna send it out of bounds. Number 2 serving again for the Wolverines. Going to be spiked over and out of bounds by number 2 for the Wolverines there. Definitely close, but line judge called it out of bounds. Hernandez spikes it, or serves it for the Coyotes. Ramirez sets it and Hennard spikes it. And Ramirez tips it over, giving the Coyotes another point, tying up the score 11-11. Hernandez now serving for the Coyotes. Ramirez sets it to Hennard. Avery gets it spiked over and going to be a 2-touch after those Wolverines try to block it and get it back over the net. Hernandez serving again for the Coyotes. Big block from Rice there. Hernandez serving again. 2 sets it for the Wolverines. 3 tries to tip it over, and she's not going to put enough power behind that one. Hernandez serving again. As the Texico Wolverines call a timeout, a quick word from our sponsors, and we'll be right back.
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
After that quick timeout, we're back with Hernandez serving again. 2 tips it over for the Wolverines. Ramirez sets it for Hinnard, who's going to spike that one out of bounds for the Coyotes there. Number 1 now serving for the Wolverines. Ramirez sets it for Rice. A little off there. She's going to have to end up just passing it over the net. She dives for it, and Rice sends it over. Bring the score 15-12 now here in the third set. Hopefully the Lady Coyotes are going to be able to put them away in 3 here. Dixon serves. Number 2 sets. And 9's going to spike that one into the net there. Dixon serving again for the Coyotes. It's going to be out of bounds as number 1 tries to dig it for the Wolverines. Dixon with the serve. Dug by number 8. 2 sets it for 3 on the Wolverines, who gets it spiked over. Ramirez passes it to Dixon, spikes it over the net. Dixon passes it to Ramirez. Rice gets it tipped over and into no man's land for the Coyotes there. Dixon with the serve. Looks like they need to dry off the court or something. Listen to a word from our sponsors and be right back.
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
That ad ran a little long, my apologies, but heck of a rally ended by a heater of a spike by Avery there. Once again, Dixon serving for the Coyotes. Serves over. Blocked by Flores. Wolverines are going to be able to barely get that one back over the net. Ramirez sets it. Rice tips it over. Number 8 passes it over for the Wolverines. Ramirez sets it to Rice. Spikes it over. It's going to be tipped and go out of bounds. Bringing the score 20-12. Coyotes have scored lots of points here with Dixon serving. Hopefully they can keep it up for just a few more. Henry gets that one passed over for the Coyotes. As 2 sets it for 12, tips it over for the Wolverines. Young's not going to be able to quite get that one spiked over the net for the Coyotes here. Henry with the dig. Going to be blocked by number 3 on the Wolverines and sending it to the floor. Colby goes to spike that one, not able to quite get a good feel on the ball there. Number 9 serves it over. Rice passes it to Flores, who gets a good spike over the net. Wolverines are going to get that one set into the net there. Not going to be able to quite get it over. Ybarra now serving. Score 21-15. Serves over. Avery gets the set from Ramirez, tips it over the net. Avery with a big spike there. Not be able to. Adriana tries to get the save there, but not going to be able to quite get it done. Three serves it for the Wolverines. Rice sets it to Flores, spikes it over for the Coyotes. Colby's not going to be able to quite get the dig on that one, as it's called on the line. Three with the serve for the Wolverines. Rice tries to get that one recovered, and it's going to be in the net. Looks like Tatum called a quick timeout. A word from our sponsors, and we'll be right back.
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
Back after the Coyotes called that quick timeout. Number 3 now serving for the Wolverines. Dug by Hinnard. Rice sets it to Avery, who tries to tip it over the net. It's not going to quite be good. Number 3 with the serve for the Wolverines. Avery with a big spike there. 12 for the Wolverines, returning the favor. As Colby's going to get it sent over the net for the Coyotes there. She's also going to get a big dig there. Looks like the Coyotes thought it was going to be over, but not quite, just a little bit short of the net. As the Wolverines have caught up with the Coyotes only maintaining a 1-point lead here. Rice passes it to Colby, who gets it spiked over for the Coyotes there. Flores tries to block it, but it's recovered by some of the Wolverines. Avery with a big spike there for the Coyotes, but they get it tipped over. Rice with a big spike. Flores with a big spike, and it's going to be out of bounds. Number 3 now serving for the Wolverines. Coyotes aren't going to quite be able to get that one back over the net. A few complications there. Coyotes are going to get it sent over the net, and not going to be any Wolverines to get it picked up there. Avery's going to serve for the Coyotes here. Rice sets it for Hernandez, gets it spiked over. Flores tries to get the block. Doesn't quite get it there. Hernandez is able to send it over and spike it for the Coyotes there. Rice sets it for Flores, gets it tipped over. What a rally here. Flores gets a block. Hernandez gets a block. Rice passes it to Hernandez, spikes it over. Gonna be hit the rafters and come down, and none of the Wolverines were quite able to get there and get it. Avery serves it, sorry. She's gonna dig it. Rice is gonna set it to Avery. Tries to spike it, it's gonna be a little low into the net there. Levin serving for the Wolverines here. Rice sets it to Hernandez, gets it tipped over, and it's going to be good for a point. Bring the score 24-23. The Coyotes really need to score here without letting the Wolverines get a point on the board. Flores serving. It's over. 4 passes to number 1, gets it passed over the net. Flores digs it. Rice sets it. Dixon gets it spiked over. Rice sets it again. Dixon gets it hit. Not going to quite get over the net. Looks like there's a quick timeout. A word from our sponsors, and we'll be right back.
Attention shoppers. Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Number 8 now serving for the Wolverines here. It's over, dug by Dixon. Ramirez passes it to Dixon, who spikes it over for the Coyotes. 4 with the set. Tipped over by number 1 for the Wolverines. Hernandez gets it spiked over. Rice passes it to Dixon, gets it sent over for the Coyotes there. Colby's not going to be able to quite get that one. Bring the score 25-24. Texaco's up. Coyotes really need to score here to keep them from winning. Serves over. Ramirez passes it to Dixon, spikes it over for the Coyotes. Ramirez sets it to Hernandez. Rice sets it to Hernandez. Rice sets it to Hernandez again. And none of the Wolverines are going to be able to quite get there in time, bringing the score 25-25 with Ramirez serving for the Coyotes now. Two spikes it over. It's going to be in. Tying up the score again, 26-26. Ramirez sets it to Rice this time. going to be blocked by Dixon there. Again, the Coyotes an up score of tying up the score 26-26 here. Young now serving for the Coyotes. Ball's over. Gonna be tipped over, and none of the Coyotes are quite there to save it. Looks like they were all ready to receive a big spike, trying to block it and dig it afterwards. So tough on the Coyotes there. One's gonna serve it for the Wolverines. Ramirez sets it for Rice. Off the fingertips of number 9 and out of bounds for the Wolverines, tying up the score 27-27 as this third set drags on. Dixon serving now. Cole's gonna tip it over. It's gonna be out of bounds. Thankfully for the Coyotes there. Game point as your Tatum Coyotes lead them 28-27 here. Dixon serving. Goes over. Pass to number 12. Tips it over. Ramirez sends it over for the Coyotes there. She digs it. Gonna pass it over from Avery there. Rice able to get it. Ramirez passes it to Flores, tips it over, and it's in bounds. That's the game point here as your Tatum Coyotes put away the Texico Lady Wolverines in 3 with a score 29-27 here in the last set. Heck of a game played by both teams. All 3 sets were pretty close. That's going to be the end of the game here, giving the Tatum Lady Coyotes their first district win of the season. I think the next broadcasting we'll do will be Friday in Roswell as the Tatum Coyotes football team takes on Gateway. So if you'll please join us then. Until then, everybody else have a good night.